I didn't have anything to begin with. Watch it work.
I feel like a god.
I teach these young kids to be good, honest cops.
Let's go, police!
The rest is up to them. I'm not a dirty cop.
Mr. the Madness, I'm living.
Yeah, what's going on, fam? It's your man VACAY-J, and yes, I'm back with another video. This is for We Own This City, episode 4 recap. And yes, it gets really intense in this one. This is where we see the folks, the protesters, go at it with the cops in B-More over the Freddie Gray murder. And yes, we get way more information on Jenkins. And yeah, we see Ward here. He's definitely giving up the information on everything that's going down. So you already know I'm going to break it down for all of you. But before we do that, definitely check out episode 3 and all the episode recaps so to make sure you're caught up on everything. So let's break down episode 4 of We Own This City. All right, so what we see is we see Jenkins and his squad. Again, they're looking at some guy jump in a car, and for whatever reason, Jenkins feels that he has some stuff on him in the car and they're about to get away. So Jenkins decides, hey, we're gonna roll up on them. And they really trying to look for, again, money and products, right? So they roll up on this guy. He's in the car with another guy and they pull out their straps and they're like, freeze, freeze, hands in the air. But this guy, they don't comply. This guy drives onto the sidewalk and yeah, he is now running away from Jenkins and his squad, and Suter's there as well. So of course they get back in their cars and they are now chasing after this guy. Yes, it's a high intense speed race against this guy, trying to catch this guy. They're like, slow down, you know, Jenkins, he's not playing around. He's cursing at, you know, the pedestrians and all these other people getting in the way. He's really trying to go after this person like he knows for sure that they got something. So they go to an area and they go through the stop sign and they crash into another car and then they stop, right? Of course they're coming out with the straps. Suter's there, he has his strap. Of course Jenkins, they have their strap. They're like, freeze, put your hands in the air, get out, get on the ground and everything else like that, right? So yeah, somebody else got hit in this whole process. And yeah, what's happening is Jenkins is calling the ambulance. And we see that, yes, an older couple got hit and the driver was a gentleman and he's leaking right now. Of course, his wife is upset. He's unconscious. And yeah, Jenkins is like, man, I messed up. That's how he looks. And the other guy's like, yo, there's nothing here. There's no, product on him. There's no straps on him. Suter's like, yo, what we gonna do, man? Like, seriously, this is crazy. Like, there's nothing on them. And he's looking at the couple and he's like, let me make a phone call. So Jenkins makes a phone call. And now that other cop that was there was talking to the FBI, telling them the story about what happened, that there was nothing on the people that they were chasing after. And yeah, usually, there would be helicopters and everything if they knew for sure that this person had something on him, right? So we see this cop roll up out of nowhere and he's looking at Jenkins. He's walking by the other guys and he goes right to the car. And Suter is telling the other cop about what happened so they can fill out the report and everything. Jenkins goes to Suter and say, hey, go over the car again. Just look in the car one more time just to make sure there's nothing in there, right? So Suter goes over into the car and he finds some product underneath the passenger seat. And Jenkins is like, good work, right? Of course, the people that were driving, the guys that were driving, like, yo, you planted those, you planted that, that's messed up. Y'all corrupt and all this and that. And he's yelling at the cops, yelling at Suter, yelling at Jenkins. And yeah, we see Maurice Ward, and he's the one that is telling a story about Jenkins and how he is now down. He's telling them, listen, he's sorry, not because he got caught, but he's really sorry. He made some bad choices and everything else like that. And that he's willing to, tell whatever he knows and give all the information up on Jenkins and all the corruption. And they're talking to him about, his connection and did he know about Jenkins before he became part of the squad? And he's like, no, I didn't know. and I didn't know who he was. You know, I heard about him, but he had a good track record. And, you know, they're really going in on Ward and asking him questions about Jenkins and his involvement. So they want to know the story about what went down, right? So they're talking about this area that they were at, and they, you know, it's known for, you know, dealers to be out there. So they roll up on these cats, and Jenkins is like, listen, I'm a federal agent, and yeah, we smell, you know, some products, so we got to look through your car. So they get them to sit down, and Jenkins, you already know what they're looking for. They're looking for money. So he's talking to Ward like, hey, listen, there's a camera over there. Keep your head down. Drive the car in front of me as I'm going to go into their car, take the stuff and put it in our car, right? So, of course, Ward complies. He's following his sergeant. And yeah, your boy Jenkins is robbing these dealers, taking their money. And yeah, he gets out, puts it into the car while they're talking and while they're being distracted by the other cops, right? So he's like, hey, listen, you know, we made a mistake or whatever. You're going to get something in the mail. Hey, we're going to let you guys go. We're out. All right. Take care. Have a good night. Right. So, of course, these guys is like, yo, did they just rob us? They just take all of our money. And of course, you know, they're mad about the whole thing because they just got robbed by the cops, by Jenkins. Now, Jenkins pulls over. He goes to the back, looks at the bag. There's a lot of money in there, and he gives each of them some money. But Ward puts the money back in the bag. He didn't want to take it. So, of course, the FBI is like, yo, why didn't you take it? Like, why didn't you take it like everybody else? He said, because of the amount. It was just too much. He's like, what? It's too much? What do you mean? He's like, you know, we pull people over all the time, and, you know, we jack them up. We'll take a little bit amount of money here and there. But, you know, it just didn't make sense to the FBI agents. Like, yo, you're about to get caught just like everybody else. It doesn't matter how much you took. You were part of it and you knew what was going on. But he's like, listen, I didn't take it, you know, and in fact, you know, the reason why I didn't take it because my wife, she is a cop as well. She's clean. I didn't want her to get messed up. But there's another story that went on with Jenkins that night. So they end up in the strip club, right? And they're dancing on Jenkins or whatever. Jenkins sees the dwarf, and she's dancing, getting it on, and he is impressed. He's like, oh my God, man, yeah, I want her. Tells the girl to go get the dwarf girl, and they're like, whoa, look at that, da 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 da, right? And Jenkins is going on and on, like he is, you know, they're all intoxicated at this point. But he's like, yo, send that girl over. So she comes over. She's like, yeah, we're going to the VIP room. So she takes him to the VIP room. She's like, I got you, right? So, of course, you know, Ward and the other guys are like, yo, man, Jenkins is off the chain. But Ward is like, yo, he let him live his life. You know, he's going to do whatever he got to do, you know. So next thing you know, Jenkins runs out, right, out of the VIP rooms like, yo, we got to go. So they run out of there like a bat out of hell, right? And then they go in the car and they take off. Come to find out, your boy Jenkins went ahead and robbed the dwarf stripper. Like, what? Like, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. He's like, nah, don't say it like that, man. You robbed the midget, right? He's like, nah, that's not cool, man. And they like, crazy. So the FBI agent's like, so he robbed a midget? And of course, the other one's like, the correct wording is dwarf. It's like, yeah, he robbed her. I mean, he's just off the chain. And then they talking about how, you know, he became sergeant, right? Because he didn't know about Jenkins until he became sergeant and everything around the same time. So yeah, now Jenkins got his stripes. He's kind of bragging to the boys. And of course, his boys is like, yo, we can't believe that you got it. It's like, yeah, welcome to, you know, Jenkins Day, right? And he's celebrating himself. Of course, they're laughing at him. He starts talking to the guy that they're pulling over. He's like, hey, man, you ever see a sergeant do the Cabbage Patch? And then the dude starts dancing. Jenkins starts dancing like a fool. And of course, this guy that got pulled over is like, yo, this is crazy, man. This is BS, man, right? So he's like, yo, when y'all finish with that, definitely come on. I got some stuff for you. So he's really happy. The other sergeants, they're there, and they're clapping for him or whatever. But they can't believe that they gave it to him. So now he's going to be on the north side, and he's going to be doing this thing. He's like, I'm going to get money regardless, right? So now we shoot over to Suter, present day. He is going into the courthouse, and what's going on, they're trying to pick, you know, the jury for the case against the Baltimore Police Department, right? And they are asking these people, will they be, impartial enough where they can, make a judgment and make a call? And they were like, listen, if it has something to do with the Baltimore police, we don't want nothing to do with them. I was pulled over, I was harassed by them. And this guy right here is saying how his son got hit over the head. Remember the other episode when the other kid got hit over the head? He was just walking and now he got stitches. This is his father, right? So he's like, yeah, we're going to dismiss you. He's like, yeah, anything to do with the cops, we don't believe the cops, so we definitely won't be good jurors. They're like, anybody else got harassed by the cops? And a couple other people raised their hands and they're like, yo, we can't be good jurors for this case at all because, yeah, we know that the Baltimore police have done some things to us and which is going to be against them. So now we see your girl, Nicole Steele, and yeah, she's talking to her counterpart and come to find out that, yes, he was doing a little bit of digging and he got more complaints on these cops, these particular cops that's down with Jenkins, and yet they are still on the street. So yeah, there were complaints brought in, but they are still on the street getting paid to police. So Nicole Steele's like, come on, Ahmed, we're going to ask this guy a simple question, see if he answers it. And then we see Jenkins again out there on the beat, pulling other cats over, doing what he does, right? And then he gets a message or a call from his wife talking about his son is spiraling. He's out of control. And then he goes and he leaves the scene. Remember before, he couldn't do that, right? His sergeant wouldn't let him go, but this time he went because he's the sergeant now. So now we see your boy Jenkins with his boy that owns the strip club, and he's like, yeah, man, we could talk about what you wanted to talk about as far as, the product and getting in the product game. So because he has this club, Jenkins is now like, yo, I want to get some money. So yeah, let's go talk. So they go to, one of their houses or whatever. And talking out back, he's like, yo, listen, man, if I bring you some stuff, then y'all can do what y'all need to do and flip it. I'll bring you the, whatever the deal is. So they make a deal for a certain amount for a key. All right. So now they're talking, and this is back when Jenkins first became sergeant. Now you got Fitzpatrick and McDougal, and they are there and they're talking to the FBI. And she's like, yeah, I heard about Jenkins, but, Jenkins didn't seem like he was corrupt. And there's Fitzpatrick. He's like, yeah, nah, we heard something different. That, yeah, Jenkins is definitely a corrupt cop. We heard something different. So we're letting you know that, yeah, don't warn him that, yeah, you guys are investigating him because he is not a good cop at all. So now we see this guy right here, Davis. And yes, Ahmed is now questioning Davis. He's like, listen, how is it that these guys have all these complaints and they're still getting paid on the street? And he's making up excuses. He's making all of this stuff up. And, he's not doing anything because he's one of the boys. He's one of the fellas. And they're not doing anything to bring each other down. And she is still like, yo, no matter what is going on, all of these complaints are coming through. Yes, they are not going to go against each other, but we're going to do what we have to do to bring them down. So now we see Jenkins, and he ran some dude over. Like he hit the truck, hit the car, flipped over. This guy got out, and he's saying that there's a gun around. Like he saw a gun, he pulled a gun out on him, right? Because they taught Jenkins that, yeah, his life has to be in danger. And he has to put that on paper to make it look like his life was in danger, and that's why he harassed or did what he did to these people. So they can't find a gun, so he calls this guy Keith, right? The rest of the fellas come over like, yo, what happened, man? He's like, yeah, this guy pulled a gun out of me, and I ran him over. And they're like, all right, look for this gun, look for this strap, right? So they're looking for the strap, but this guy's looking at Jenkins like, man, I know you're a liar. I know you're lying. So now he's talking to the FBI. He's like, yeah, seriously, like Jenkins is definitely corrupt because we didn't find anything. We didn't find a gun. We didn't find a strap, nothing, right? So we see this guy, Keith, and he plants the strap behind this truck, underneath this truck, right? Behind Jenkins's truck. So he goes over to Jenkins like, yeah, man, I was eating dinner. He's like, yo, forget all that, man. I owe you. I appreciate it. And what happens is, what happens? The guys find the strap behind the truck. He's like, see, there it is. There it is. All right. So they're like, all right, good job, fellas. Good job, fellas. You found it. and that is the probable cause as to why, Jenkins did what he did. So he's like, yeah, you owe me. He said, oh yeah, you owe me. So Jenkins owes a lot of people, but those people owe him as well. And that's why they're doing what they're doing, because obviously Jenkins is paying them off. We see Suter, he's going to that lawyer. He's like, yo, we went through 180 people to find 7 good people as far as a juror. Now we got the FBI, and they're talking about how, Jenkins was brought in because he pretty much falsified this statement that, there was some product on this guy, but the tape that was recording them ran out. So there's no proof that there was any product on this guy when they pulled him over. So Jenkins is looking, and they're like, yo, man, you can go down for this. Like, here's another situation that Jenkins can go down for. And they're just like, he's like, listen, I could talk to the prosecutor. I could straighten it out. Don't worry about it. And they're like, okay, so what happened? It's like, well, he sent a text message to the prosecutor saying that, they're trying to, defamate his character and his reputation and everything else like that. And they're just like, nothing happened. Nothing happened to Jenkins again, right? So they backed off from pulling him up for those charges. So Ward, they're talking to Ward now about that whole incident. He's like, you know what happened, right? The reason why he wasn't charged is because he's a hero, right? In their eyes. And he's like, how was that? What happened? He's like, Freddie Gray happened. So now we shoot over to the scene where the protesters are going on the street to protest against the murder of Freddie Gray. They're out in the streets. They're protesting. Yes, they are breaking glass and breaking into cars. And they're really, protesting against this murder. They're angry. They're upset. And the cops are trying to hold the line and hold them from going into the precinct, right? So Jenkins goes in, they're watching TV, and they see Daniel Herschel on TV. He's like, look at this jarhead. Look at this guy on TV, right? So he's like, yo, this officer's down. So Jenkins is like, yo, who wants to come with me? We're going to help these officers that's down, right? So Jenkins gets this other lady. She joins him. Your boy Suter, this is before he became homicide detective. He's like, man, I'm screwed. Like, he doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to do this. So now we see Jenkins, and he's driving like a bat out of hell, as she says. She's like, slow down. And he is just driving like crazy because he's on a mission. They go to another spot. They pick up another van that has, all of the, protesting gear in it. They say, who wants to go with us? So they're out there. They're holding the line. They're making sure nobody goes through the line, to go to the precinct, to go anywhere to hurt the cops, right? So they're just out there, yelling, screaming, protesting, and everything else like that. Doesn't look violent, right? Doesn't look that violent. But, now we got guys smashing cars, and they're on top of cars. And the people out there, they're yelling and screaming because they are upset about this whole murder. Freddie Gray being wrongly murdered by these cops. So Jenkins shows up with the van and the other cops. He's like, all right, let's get the injured into the van. So he's telling them, hey, get them up. Let's get them in the van. Let's get them to a hospital. Let's do what we got to do to help these guys out. He grabs a shield, right? He goes over and he grabs a shield and he goes on the front line with the rest of the cops. No helmet, no nothing, but he grabs a shield. This guy is standing there and he picks up a brick. And your boy Jenkins is like, yo, you better not do it. You better not do it. Don't do it. And this guy grabs that brick. He looks at Jenkins and he throws the brick at Jenkins. And Jenkins blocks it. And then they go after this guy, right? He takes the shield and he knocks this guy that threw the brick at him down. Then the other cops, they come to back him up. And then they back up everybody. It's like, get back, get back, get back. So he wouldn't hurt Jenkins while he's out there with no gear, no helmet on. He just got the shield. So, of course, they're yelling, screaming. I mean, this thing is intense. They're trying to hold each other back, from getting hurt. And, this is real intense for Jenkins, but Jenkins is on the front line with the rest of them as a sergeant, right? He's out there on the front line with the rest of the cops. Of course, the mayor, she's looking at what's going on. She is not pleased. She's upset. And, in a different location, we see Suter and the other sergeant there, the major. And, Suter rolls up to the major like, yo, we going to do anything about that car? And he's like, forget that car, man. Like, We gonna let them blow off steam. And we see the car smoking. They put the car on fire, the cop car on fire. They are not playing. So they out there like, yo, what are we gonna do? We just gonna stand here and watch them just, do this? So now we see your boy Jenkins. He gets the van with the other lady cop. And yeah, this guy went and got some food and drinks for all the cops that was on the front line. So yeah, he's out there supplying all of this and that. Meanwhile, at the Department of Justice, we see Nicole Steele. She's watching what's going on in the streets of Baltimore. Meanwhile, people are looting places, and this is the Rite Aid. And your boy Jenkins goes to the Rite Aid to see what's going on because the gate is broken open. And he sees this guy, these two guys run out. He's like, anybody else in there? He's like, no. So he's like, yo, drop those bags and get up out of here, right, before I arrest you. So they drop the bags and then they run. Your boy Jenkins grabs those 2 bags of whatever's in it, and then he takes it back inside like he's, doing some cop work, right? We see what happens. So now we see it's still going on. The protesting is still going on. People want justice for the murder of Freddie Gray, period. They are not playing. They are definitely protesting. They're not rioting. They are protesting. And Nicole Steele is out there watching everything go down. Everything go down. So she's seeing what's going on. She's feeling the energy in the air. And this definitely is a battle between the people and the police. And she's watching everything that's going on. Everybody's angry because, yes, Freddie Gray, from what they feel and what they see, Freddie Gray was wrongly murdered, right? So now we see Jenkins goes to his boy's house with those same 2 bags, and come to find out there are some products in there, right? There's some pills in there. And he's like, yo, what is that? He's like, yo, that's Oxy, man. We can get $20 a pop for these. He's like, yo, what do you want me to do with that? He's like, I don't know, man. You'll figure it out. So now we see Jenkins and they're watching the TV, and we see that the mayor's like, yeah, we're going to bring these cops up on charges, murder charges. And of course, Jenkins is like, murder charges? They were doing their job and all this and that. And he's all for the cops that did what they did to Freddie, to Freddie Gray. And these guys are like, yo, that's messed up. Our people are messed up. The boys in blue. And they're sticking together like the good old boys, right? And they're just talking about how can we do our jobs? And then they're going to put murder charges on us. And then your boy Jenkins just stands up and he's on some like, yo, we're going to write a letter and we're going to get everybody to put some money together to, for these lawyers, for all these cops that's getting those murder charges. We're going to stand up and do what we got to do to protect the boys in blue, right? And your boy Ward is like, yeah, there's 2 different sides of Jenkins, right? And one side he's good and the other side he's not. So they're looking like, man, this guy Jenkins is very complex, and they're hearing it from Ward, right? So now we see another pullover, right? They pulled over somebody else. And yeah, your boy Ward found some product in the back seat, right? Or they planted it in the back seat. They've been doing that all season, right? All throughout these episodes. And yeah, they got more money. But now he's going to talk about how they pulled that guy over and they looked him up and they got an address on him. And yeah, the FBI, she is just like, man, this is crazy, right? So they go to the house, they find more product of this guy that they pulled over. And yeah, Jenkins finds a safe. And they're like, yo, okay, we need to go. And tells Ward to stay there to guard the safe. He's like, yo, we got to go get a warrant, right? Just to make it legitimate, we got to get a warrant. So yes, Ward is watching the safe. He's staying there. He's talking about how he stayed in the house. And then, the guy's wife and his sister came and they was getting all riled up. So he called Jenkins, and Jenkins sent somebody back and everything. And then they all came back, right? They got the warrant. So now they are cracking open this safe. He's like, yo, we got a big dog. I'm telling you, we got a big dog. They crack open the safe and they see that it's probably way over $200,000 in that safe, right? It's a lot of money in that safe. So Jenkins is like, yo, take it out. Let's count it. So he comes up with a plan and says, hey, all right, we're going to leave, like some money in there. and the rest is gonna go into our duffel bags. He said, you know what? Well, this is what I want you to do. I want you guys to record everything going down, right? We're gonna leave that money in there, and we're gonna make it seem like, you know, it's a movie. So Jenkins is now a movie director. He's telling him, like, hit the safe. I'm going upstairs and crack it open and call me, because I'm gonna go upstairs and we're gonna act like, you know, we never opened it. So they open it up, and Jenkins is like, all right, y'all step back. I need to call, you know, the investigators or whatever, you know, anything over 5,000, I gotta call them, man. You guys did a great job. This is, you know, we got this great bust on tape. You know, it's all good. Like, you guys did a great job. So he playing a role. So now Ward is like, listen, Jenkins paid each one of us, 3 of us, $20,000, and he kept the rest for himself. So the guy's like, did he get $20,000? Like, no, he got way more than $20,000. He's like, you guys have got a problem with that? He's like, no, because Jenkins is the one that made the play. He's our sergeant. Like, he'll see stuff and he'll put all the pieces together. So we're just following his lead. And yeah, we took the money. He's like, what happened to the money? He's like, I dropped it in my yard in the back somewhere. So he didn't take the money, right, for himself. He dropped it in some yard. And she's like, yo, I'm so stupid, because I was going to go to Jenkins and tell him that he's about to get investigated. He's like, but you didn't, so it's all good. So now we see Jenkins talking to the good old boys. He's like, hey, listen, man, we're out there making it happen, you know, and yeah, they try to bring me up on this and that, and nothing happened. He's like, I'm like the golden boy to these guys. So as long as we do good work, you know, we're going to continue to get paid, right? So they're talking about how they're getting a certain amount of money. They get some overtime as well, but they're getting an extra on the side that they're stealing from the dealers. So he's like, hey, listen, we're going to come in and go from 8 to 4, but we're going to come in at 2. But when we come in, we're going to do good work, and we're going to crack down. We're going to keep our record tight, right? We're going to keep bringing these straps off the street. And yeah, we're going to keep making it happen. But we're going to get all the money that we can out of the deal. So, of course, Gondo, he's with it. He's like, yo, man, you sound like you running for mayor or something, man. You know what I'm saying? And they all joking and laughing. And then we go to the woods. We go to, you know, some yard somewhere. And we see the money is in the yard. So yes, Ward was telling the truth that he did not take the money. He put it in like one of his backyards. So again, another intense episode of We Own This City. I mean, yeah, Ward is giving up the information. We're finding out way more on Jenkins and everything that he's doing and why he couldn't be touched, because they were all protecting him, because he was the golden child of the police department, but so corrupt, crazy corrupt, right? So fam, that's what it is. I appreciate you all for watching. Do me a favor, if you're brand new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Do me a favor and smash that like button as well. And again, I appreciate you all for watching. Listen, if you thought this video was crazy, definitely check out this next one. Salute.